motherhood, the world, the climate. I was going to say politics, but I hate politics.
we'll avoid politics.
No, but avoid politics completely. But I think it's really us bringing our voice out, our authentic selves, and just being able to talk about anything. It's like a fly on the wall approach, and just two women who met relatively recently, but feel like they've known each other for ages. And this has just morphed into
let's explore this.
Let's explore this.
Yeah. Let's share the wealth of experience that we have grown separately and bring it together as warmth. I'm going to draw another story from my brother, actually. And my brother's really hugely religious. His faith is absolutely integral to his life. And he once told me, when I said, I believe in God, why do I have to go to church? You know, if there's a God, and I believe in God, then, and God's everywhere, then God knows I believe in God, so why do I need to go to church? Why do I need to be with a whole load of other people? That isn't the spirit that I am. This is what I said to him. And he told me this brilliant story, and whether you believe or whether you don't believe, it's kind of, it doesn't matter because you can bring it, it's relevant to life. And he said there was once a priest or a vicar sat by somebody with a similar view to you, me, by a hot, roaring fire, coal fire. And as this person said, why should I go to church? Why should I be amongst this? Why, what's my reason? The priest took the prongs, reached right into the centre of the fire, pulled out this red hot coal and held it there and watched it go black. And the emphasis of the story was, with others you create warmth. With others you create the light. With others you manage to create the energy. On your own it's more difficult. And I just think that's the most beautiful analogy, and it doesn't have to relate to faith. It can relate to any situation. It can relate to a family, it can relate to a business. Whatever the situation, especially entrepreneurs that do often feel alone, that finding a tribe, finding a group, finding several groups that give you something different, that create that warmth and energy, that keep you alight. That fire you up.
And calm you down as well.
Absolutely.
And I am a person of faith like your brother. I don't normally talk about it because I always feel it's my business, not anybody's business. But more recently I'm learning to be outwardly thankful to God.
Yes.
And that analogy resonates both from a faith perspective for me and also from an entrepreneurial business perspective for me. No man is an island, and it's a lonely journey. This journey is extremely lonely. So the tribe that you have around you is really, really important. It's not just the tribe, it's the good to great. At least I read that one. Jim Collins' Good to Great.
Yes.
Having the right people on the right seat on the bus and getting rid of the wrong people. And it's taken me a long time to get it. So I can so relate to that. And I think if there's a takeaway today, it's that analogy. You can't survive and walk alone.
No, and I mean, one of the other phrases my brother often uses when he talks about faith.
Your brother, by the
I know
way.
you're going to love my brother. He'll say, if you have genuine faith, you don't preach to people, you love them there.
Say that again.
If you have genuine faith, you don't preach to people, you love them there.
You love them there.
Yeah. So in other words, if you're, so you you then are a magnet, you're a warm person, people come to you, and that's more likely to create faith than by, banging on the drum and telling somebody, this is what you should do, this is what you've got to do, this is how you should do it. And again, it relates to business, it relates to anything.
It does. In this world that we live in right now, it's not just about what you do on the next unicorn or whatever. It's also how you do it as a human being.
Yes. And it's understanding human mindset, understanding the way that the brain works. It's not setting a bar and making people reach it. Well, we've spoken before about The Art of Possibility, another book that I bang on about, and that, you know, creating a possibility to live into, not a bar to live up to, is just such a beautiful way of trying to envelop a team.
Resonated. Yeah, that really resonated. It's not living up to something, it's being in it,
living in it,
embracing it. It's hard. All these things are wonderful words, but it's hard to actually live it day by day.
Absolutely.
Particularly when you have multiple things happening and, you know, this issue's here, that crisis is there. Last year was one of the worst years for me as a businesswoman, and I know a lot of people who actually lost their businesses last year. But this is a coping mechanism. We're still here.
And you say it was your worst year, and yet you got your MBE. It's interesting, isn't it? So ultimately, we're back to the beginning of where we started. This is, what does success look like?
What does success
So
look like?
last year, success didn't look like a financial thing. It wasn't about financial.
That's right.
But it was an achievement that is what we might have termed as a very good marketing campaign, the MasterCard experience of how can you put a value on that? You know, there isn't a value
Oh, you've
on
got
that.
me there. The question is, what does success look like to you? Yeah. I think that's really, really important. Really, really important. What is success? Because I'm Nigerian, I'm British Nigerian, and that African Nigerian heritage, hard work, tenacity, resilience, and financial success is really, really important. So I grew up equating success equals to pound signs, dollar signs, naira signs, you know. So now, at the age that I am, over 50, it's just the penny's starting to drop.
And the thing is, that's the line, isn't it? That when you put passion into something with conviction, with truth, the penny does start to drop, and then more pennies start to drop, and then more pennies start to drop.
Oh, I love it.
And that's the whole point, is the fact that
that's the wealth building that you were talking about.
So money is the byproduct of the effort and the consistency, and
money is the byproduct of the effort and consistency.
Yeah, and the consistency is the secret sauce.
Yes, you said that to me before. Consistency. This morning when you first walked in, is consistency was the word.
Yeah, and it's that because we all, you know, everyone will have been on a diet, everyone will have tried to do something, everyone will have been to the gym. The successful people are that are going to the gym 10 minutes a day, not the person that's going 3 hours once a week.
Consistency.
So that's the real take home, I think, from our conversation today.
Consistency.
Consistency breeds success.